can you just give us your name and a brief description of your business?
I'm Helen Rantsevitch. I'm a co-founder of Team. It's a talent wallet that helps people illuminate their talent, become more employable, and it also helps de-risk hiring on the company's side.
Gotcha. Okay. And so it sounds like there is definitely a technical aspect to building out your business. Are you that technical side, or is that someone else?
I'm on the other side, but
You're on the
I
other
can
side.
explain the technical side.
Yeah, well, I'm not too interested in actually going into what I'm more interested, especially from your perspective, is how was it trying to find that technical side of it? Was that someone you know? Was that someone already in the business? Or did you have to look outside of your existing network to find that person?
Well, I looked everywhere. I made all possible mistakes. So I worked with temporary CTOs, with external teams, freelancers, and I eventually found my co-founder or our CTO through a community of CTOs. So I
I
think,
see. So that's how you found it. And
yes, human touch.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the human touch. But so, and so that's quite a good point actually to talk about the human touch, because especially with the technical side, the main thing is obviously, can they do the technical thing? However, as far as finding someone who isn't just going to be a programmer to actually be the technical side of the business, a lot of it is about more than the technical, just the technical ability. And so what skills was it outside of just the technical ability that you were looking for and that you know, thought was the most valuable in bringing someone into that side of the business?
Well, that's my favorite part because we are building a product around soft skills and personal skills. So I was looking for a mature person who can make decisions by himself or herself, who could be great at brainstorming the solutions, who could take responsibility, and who would be purpose-driven, not just working as a robot and um, being like on a paid job. So I wouldn't want to match with such a person. I thought we definitely need to have some common chemistry between us and to share the mission.
Did you find that there was any friction between you and any sort of technical CTO?
Well, not yet.
Not
Well, it
yet.
might come up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
So
Yeah, that's
I'm really
great.
happy.
Yeah. Have you guys, and as far as trying to compromise, because a lot of the time when it comes to looking at whether a feature needs to be built next or wherever that side of the business needs to go, sometimes there can be a difference between what you see as need to be the next thing built and what they see. And as far as trying to compromise, how did you find that and that sort of relationship?
Well, we're both mature founders, I think, and we treat every problem from a strategic perspective. So think long term, how this new feature, how this decision will affect the product value. And so we discuss and we do research. And then if it's a technical decision, then I fully rely on my partner. If it's a sales and marketing decision, a product decision, I rely on my own opinion, and sometimes I ask our mentors to help.
Gotcha. Have there been moments when you didn't have the CTO you have now, where you wished you had the CTO you have now, that would have made it a more beneficial experience?
Oh yes, for sure. Well, there were periods when we didn't have any CTO, and I was trying to run the development process, and I failed so many times. And I thought, well, within this year that I lost, I should have learned some coding, at least basic Python, to understand this algorithmic thinking. But instead, I did research on AI, and I became a really professional user of existing tools on the other side. So yes, there were moments when I didn't have anyone to rely upon, and I was thinking about this ideal image of a CTO, and I was writing descriptions and sharing with my friends because they might know someone, this ideal profile. So this is how I trained myself to
And
envision.
I think we've got time for one more question. I'm just curious. So as a non-technical founder, how important to you would you say it is to actually have a good level of understanding of technical skills? And do you think it's something that every founder needs? Do you think it depends on the company? And especially for yourself, do you think it's important going into the future, now that you do have a technical founder, do you think it's important that you have some level of skill, or do you think you can sort of take a step back and let them deal with it?
Well, it's good to have some technical skills, um, but it's possible to live without. And I know it's really hard to check professional skills if you are not a software engineer. But there are lots of tests like HackerRank or Zero HR that offer you comprehensive testing for both soft skills and professional skills. So I can rely on third parties, or I can ask my friendly CTOs to have a conversation with this person. But what I mostly try to understand is the way of thinking and decision making. So on which tier does the person think? Is it only the technical tier? Is it the product tier? Or is it the overall strategy and the mission of the project? So if I feel like, well, we are on the same page, we can discuss things long-term, value-based, then I would trust the person and I would give it a go. And if he fails in coding, well, we'll see it immediately, and the product will fail. So for me, there's no way to check coding skills.
Yeah, of course. And okay, just because I think you brought up something relevant. So in a CTO, outside of just their technical skills, we kind of talked about this before, but do you think it's important that they're looking at sort of long-term futures and not necessarily just in the technical skills? Do you think it's important that a technical founder is looking outside of just the tech side and is looking at the other aspects of the business? Or is it all right if they just focus on the tech side of it?
Yes, for sure. Well, for startups, it's a synchrone. So you don't only need a coding machine. You can replace a person with a robot, right? But you need a thinking partner and someone who could also teach me if I don't understand something, who could build teams and who could coach junior developers, who would understand the culture code. I know it's a cliche, but it does exist, who speaks the same language of values with you and who can amplify the product, not just execute the technical part, because this would be easy.
Yeah, brilliant. I think this has been great. Thank you very much.